Up next on the Co-Pilots podcast, you got your boy Joe and Greg. We in locked in. We're gonna talk Deion, Asante, who's the better corner, and we're gonna talk off season with the Jaguars. So before we get started, we're gonna go roll into our intro real quick, man, and we're gonna get it started. So uh, let's go. Yo, 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 it's your boy Joe.
And this your boy Greg. We the co-pilots from coast to coast. We do the most. So what's your flight? Whatever it is, we got you covered.
Hey man, it's been a long time coming, man. And me and Greg, we finally back at it, Co-Pilots podcast, man. How you feeling, Greg, out there on the road, man?
Man, I can't complain, man. You get what I'm saying? I'm traveling and everything, grinding right now. So, I can't complain. God is good, man.
That's what's up though, man. So we ain't gonna waste y'all time tonight, man. We gonna get right into it, man. And we gonna talk about what's been going on in these internet streets right now. And the biggest news that's been going on right now is this big debate between Asante Samuel and Sanders, man. Asante Samuels had some ill words about Deion. He feel like he need his flowers, and Shannon Sharp and a lot of other hosts of people feel like Asante tripping. So I'm gonna give you the floor, Greg, and then I'm gonna give my thoughts on it after I give you the floor. And I'm gonna let you take off with this and what you think about this whole thing. Do Shante got a point, or is he smoking on, what I'm saying, on a loud pack or something? But let me know what's up, though, bro.
Well, for starters, I'm gonna say this. You feel me? And this is a modest approach right here. You know, I think every athlete who has played at a high level has the right to say they the best. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
When you're looking at it from a competitive standpoint. So I can respect that aspect. Hey, man, you feel like you the best. I can respect that. But now let's look at reality. You know what I'm saying? And this was the conversation take a turn. You know, we watch like Sanjay Sam. You can bring up stats and everything like that, there, man. Now, time was your name ever mentioned in the breath with Deion Sanders? You get what I'm saying? And now let's start here. Is levels to this. You get what I'm saying? You have to first move up and ask yourself, was you better than the Rare Reeves? Was you better than Champ Bailey? You know what I'm saying? Was you better than Charles Woodson? Was you better than Darryl Green? You know what I'm saying? Players like that. So now, do I think that Asante Samuels played the game at an elite level? Of course, he was one of the best in the league when he played for a period of time. You get what I'm saying? And when you talking about throwing the ball his way, we know that at any given time that can go to the house. But at the same time, you was on an established team in New England. That's always going to get brought up. When you look at somebody like Deion Sanders, when he went to Atlanta, he was that team. You get what I'm saying? Like Deion was larger than life. This dude was a brand. If Deion Sanders played quarterback, you get what I'm saying? He probably would have been as big as Michael Jordan, probably. You get what I'm saying? So you have to actually then you got also got to look at the matchups as well, right? Sante Samuels, when you was in the league, who can you say you covered and you shut down? Now you played in the Randy Moss area, you played in the Terrell Owens era. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it was a lot of great, what I'm saying, receivers around that time. But you got to look at, man, Prime. He was going against Jerry Rice. You get what I'm saying? He was going against Michael Irvin. He was going against receivers of that stature. You get what I'm saying? So before you can make this argument, you have to weigh everything with a fine tooth comb. All the time, stats does not tell the story, especially when you're playing in different eras.
Well, you know what I'm saying? To play devil's advocate, man, I'm going to say this. I think Asante Samuels know in his heart that, okay, that Deion is the better corner. But I do think that he has a point in a sense of when you look at the errors. And I think a lot of people forget the era that Deion played in. That was there wasn't a wide open offensive era. The passing game wasn't really how the passing game is of the days, the modern football. You know what I'm saying? So I
Correct.
think when you look at it like that, Sante looks at it as the offenses that I faced scheme wise was way difficult than when you played. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of the times, if you look back in the era when Deion played, a lot of the teams went through the run. It was a run first offense. You know what I'm saying? Running backs, things like that. So I think that's what Asante look thinking about from a schematic standpoint, because he did mention something about the technique he used. He's good at the T technique. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I mean, I think that's what he's looking at. I'm not, because it couldn't be no other way saying he other way he better. You know what I'm saying? That's, I'm trying to give him the
Right.
benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's a good,
But
and that's a
but
great
I
point you
mean,
made though, man.
you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to sit here. I
Right.
mean, he has to know that, okay, anytime in your era was you considered the best corner in the game.
Right.
And I look back when he played, I gotta say no. I mean, was he solid? Yes. Pro Bowl, yes. But was he like that guy? I can't say he was, bro.
What? Well, I will say this: he had years where he was the top corner. He did have that. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
But consistently, no. You get what I'm saying? Like, because you still had Ty Law that was still playing. You get what I'm saying?
right,
And also Darrell Reeves came in around that time. So you know what I'm saying? So you had some you still had Charles Woodson and Champ Bailey still playing at the time.
right,
So like I say, man, you made a good point when you down that way, but you also got to look at this here too. Back when Deion played, it was a lot of man coverage. It was a lot of man coverage. You get what I'm saying? Versus a
right.
lot
And,
a lot
and,
of zone that's being played now. You know,
right.
we
Now,
we know that, man.
exactly. So, and I think also too, you got to look at that too. It was a lot more man played then versus
Right.
Asante, more zone type corner. And I think what people fail to realize too is because you had a lot of people on the internet that was running with that shit. Like, oh, they looked at the stats, and if you look at the stats, Asante Samuel, you know what I'm saying? His stats up there with Deion. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause he had like they look at like I think he got like about the same amount of interceptions. They played in the same amount of Super Bowls. Same, I
Right.
think actually Asante played in two more playoff games than him. He played in seven. Deion played in five playoff games. So I mean, if you look at the stats similarly, it don't look like
This
they far off. You feel me? But I
check it right.
mean, it just
This
some
is my
people run
thing,
with
right?
narratives, man. I don't feel like stats always tell the story.
Correct. Asante Samuels, right? You remove him from that New England Patriot team. You get what I'm saying? He's easily replaced. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
He's easily replaced. Not to take anything away from him. But when you take a guy like Deion away from the team, he's going to be missed. Deion was missed from that San Francisco 49ers team. He was missed from that um from that Atlanta Falcons team. You get what I'm saying? Like
Right.
he was what was missing on that team with the Dallas Cowboys. You know what other cornerback was over there? Larry Brown at the time.
Oh yeah, he had,
So
oh he got highway robbery. Remember, he got that big contract with the Raiders and ain't do a damn thing.
correct, correct,
Ain't
exactly.
do a
You get what I'm
damn
saying?
thing.
Like Prime made it easier for the rest of your team. You know what I'm saying? Versus Sante Samuels, he was a solid player. He was a great player. But at the same time, like we always say, it's levels to this, man. It's levels. You get what I'm saying? And I think Sante Samuels need to humble it, pipe down a little bit. And I understand it. You know, like I say, man, I'm all for it. You get what I'm saying? You feel like you were the better person. We don't always have to go with the narrative. You feel like you was the better guy. Hey, I have no problem with what he said, but if I'm giving my honest opinion, prime is one of the best defensive players of all time. You either going with him or Lawrence Taylor, probably. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I mean that's no question. Like those guys, they transcended the game, and they mean they was just lights out, way better than like the rest of the competition when it came to to their positions. We look at guys like Lawrence Taylor, we look at guys like
Right.
Deion. And I think you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to, and I'm caping for Asante Samuels right now because I feel like right now the internet is roasting the fuck out of him. So I'm trying to cape for him, but I do think that he feel like in his era that he feel like he's probably one of the most slept on corners when you look in that era, like far as when he played, he feel as if he won his flowers too.
He's not
And
even
for that right,
he's
I
not
think he
even an
did get
all
his
decade
flowers.
player. He does, but he's not even an all decade player. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say like, okay, see right now he's swinging for the fence. Man, you gotta take shots at some of these other players that's out there. You know what I'm saying? Take a shot at Tyler, Champ Bailey. You know what I'm saying? Who else I named? Charles Woodson. These guys first before you go to Deion, man. Like it's levels to this, man.
Yeah, man. And I think that that Champ Bailey, man, he just I think it's just a little banner. I don't think him and Dion really got no real ill words because I think it's all love.
Oh
But
no,
I just think
it's
that
it's
more so he
competitive,
just
man.
want. I think it's more of an era thing. I want to say
Yeah.
Asante Sims want people to put more respect on their era of cornerbacks and what they did versus always just thinking, okay, everybody just automatically assume that Dion is the greatest and not
Now
looking
you
to
talking
things. And I think
about
it's more of an era thing too as well.
if you looking at the group of cornerbacks and everything, now that's a different argument right there. Because like you say, the game has evolved, players get better. You get what I'm saying? And they're forced to due to the schemes. But at the same time, and Michael Jordan brought this up when they had the debate with LeBron and Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, and everything. He said it always is an unfair assessment when you compare players of different eras because you know this era did this era did that. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
you can only judge a dude by their era or whatnot. You get what I'm saying? But now if you looking at the group as a whole with different cornerback play, yeah, it was better cornerbacks in the league around the time Asante Samuels played, true enough. You know what I'm saying? But like you say, and you brought this up, being a transcending player counts for a lot when you're talking about the GOAT argument. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? This is what people bring up players like what's your boy name? Johnny Unitas when you went in the GOAT conversation because they feel like he was a transcending player. You know what I'm saying? This is why I brought up Bob Hayes at the receiving position because he was a transcending player. And
Absolutely,
and I
man.
and I don't think that Sante Samuels was a transcending player when he was in the league, but he was a great player.
Absolutely, man. But I think we beat that up enough, man, on that. I think everybody kind of in consensus what we saying. I think, if you look at that. But let's segue into another topic I know you want to get on and talk about tonight, man. And let's talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars, man, and they all season, man. And I'm gonna take the lead on this one, then I'm gonna let you get your thoughts, Greg.
Do your
And
thing, my boy.
and I think, when you look at the Jacksonville Jaguars off season, man, uh they really went through these contracts like a fine tooth comb. Jacksonville was one of the only few teams that did not re-sign none of the guys from last year that was up for contracts this year. They didn't re-sign any of them. They let them
Right.
walk in free agency. And that says a lot about this team is that they didn't feel confident in our depth, and that they felt like, hey, we can go out and go build our depth on this roster through free agency because we don't trust the depth that we have on this roster. And
Right.
the guys they went and got, man, they wasn't like household names, but I feel like they glue guys. Guys that's gonna be, you may not hear about them on, Sunday, like, but they're gonna be key contributors throughout the course of the season. And I think the guys that they got, man, I think is gonna, like, when we look back at 2025 season, we're gonna be like, damn, Jacksonville had a pretty solid free agency. All these guys came in and was key contributors and helped us have a successful season, man. So that's all my little rant. I think that they did great, and I think the front office is doing their thing, man. They cooking up some stuff for the draft.
Right. I like what I seen in the draft, but first I'm gonna address the fans of the Jaguars. You know what I'm saying? All beloved Jaguar fans, and not all, but just the naysayers and whatnot. You get what I'm saying? The people that had a problem with what was done and everything. Um, it was a lot of stuff that was said, man. You know, he was talking about that. Like what are we doing? What are the front office doing? Because they didn't like the players that was brought in. You get what I'm saying? And me and you had this conversation, you know what I'm saying, a couple of weeks ago. And my thing is this, this is the reason why I like to move. Now, this is different from the last couple of seasons where we brought in a lot of name players, players that we feel like that would be like key guys on the team, and overspend for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the position we're at right now, we have to see what we got before we can even do that. And I think that with what we was able to bring with really first protecting the offensive line. You get what I'm saying? Like our biggest thing is this: make sure we protect Trevor Lawrence. You get what I'm saying? And I think that it was times that you see the line did good, but it was also times the line looked horrible. Like I think the worst our line looked last year was the Cleveland Browns game. And we was going against Miles Jack. But I think late in the season the line pretty much got it together. And but to continue to build upon that, I like that move. And I also like the pick with the guy Brown that came from the Commanders, the receiver from the Commanders.
Amari Brown.
I think his name Kamari Brown. I liked that pickup. He was one of those guys that was in the playoff, man, that did his thing last year in the playoff, man. And I think that went unnoticed because if it didn't, he would have got re-signed. You know what I'm saying? So I like that pickup. You know what I'm saying? Because he can be an outside guy, he can be a slot guy. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't overspend this year, which I don't have a problem when we do overspend because we know that we're the Jacksonville Jaguars. We have to overspend at times. We don't have a very attractive spot, an attractive location that players want to come. You know what I'm saying? But my problems, like I say, man, my problems was with the fans because the fans complain about us overspending, and then when we didn't spend this season in free agent, it was still complaints. You know what I'm saying? And like, we can't have it both ways, man. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna be one thing or another. But I like the move that was made because we have to see what we're going to get out of our offense, and mainly talking about Trevor Lawrence because um if he turned out to be the guy that we hoping he be this season, then we can move forward and phrase and say, you know what, now we can make a big splash and go all out because we can heavily invest in the team. As of right now, we can't afford to take that chance because we'll be going through a process of rebuilding again. You get what I'm saying? So I
Absolutely.
like the move. I like the move. And there's something else I did not like. You know what I'm saying? You had fans, you know what I'm saying? And I'm always gonna bring this up, man, about the last GM. They say they hope he don't mess the draft up to like the last GM. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm not even gonna go there because we'll be going all day with that. But I'm gonna end it off by saying I like what we was able to do this year. I like what our front office did though, man, in free agency.
Yeah, I really do. And like I know a lot of people with the fans, and I'm dropping this video tonight after this live stream with me and Greg. When I talk, and I'm gonna talk about that about the guys like Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram. Like we had these guys, and these are household names that a lot of the fans was attached to. But when you look at the Ingram situation, that was a schematic move. That wasn't because okay he couldn't produce. I just think he doesn't fit the scheme of Lim Cohen offense. And we had a guy on the roster and Ben Strand that was right there. That's more of his style of a tight end for his offense. So it's like why keep a guy around when you know this guy production is going to dip? It just keeps a person in there that could be a locker room guy that can cause to be a cancer. So just let this guy we take the eat up the money. We thank you for your services, and we let you go find a team. You know what I'm saying? Now the Christian Kirk thing, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That could come back to bite us. You know what I'm saying? Because you trade him within the division, and you trade him to a good quarterback in C.J. Stroud. So it's like
Right.
that one could come back to bite it. So I'm not really like, if anything, that's why I gave the Jaguars a grade. I gave them because I was like, that's the only thing I probably would have to knock about anything this offseason was trading a guy who was productive for us within the division. And then you looking at now you look at the Texans and you like, the Texans look kind of scary over there at the wideout. You got Nico
Right.
Collins and you got Christian Kirk, not to mention
Right.
Tank Dell once he come back out for injury. But I think he's gonna be out for the whole 2025 season, from my understanding. But if
They
he
said
may
that was a
possibly
bad
come back,
injury.
he may come back sometime next year. But when you look at those three combination of receivers, man, that could be kind of scary over there in Houston.
Right.
So, yeah, man. I mean, that's the only knock I had against the Jaguars all season was that thing. Um, and also too for the fans. A lot of people was like, "Oh man, who are these guys? Jordan Lewis, man. We need all the damn help on defense. Like, I don't give a damn when we went and got third, fourth stringers we signed on the goddamn in the free agency, dog. We need all the fucking help on defense. So for you fans that was complaining about the people we got on the defensive side of the ball, let's knock it off, guy. We need all the help on defense, man.
Exactly. Like who else you gonna get? You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, man. So, I ain't know if you want to talk March Madness, man. I was gonna put a little March Madness, talk March Madness if you want to talk it a little bit.
I'm gonna let you take the lead, man. I'm gonna listen.
All right, then. So I'm gonna talk about this March Madness a little bit, man. And right now, I first want to send out my shouts out to my girl
Let me say
JuJu,
something for you.
man. You know,
Let me say something
I'm
for
gonna
you.
put the pictures up here. JuJu, man. She right above you. I don't know if you can see it.
I can see it.
Um, you know, she's out for the rest of the season, man. And I was looking forward to her really doing her thing in this tournament. You know, I want to see her redeem herself from the tournament, the Pac-12. Well, no, Big Ten tournament. Sorry, and they lost to UCLA. And her upcoming matchup, which we knew the Elite Eight, it was going to be her and Paige Buckner in the Elite Eight, the rematch from last year. So I think a lot of us was looking forward to that. We're not going to be able to see it, but I think our comeback season for next year is just going to make it even more greater. Kind of like a Paige Buckner kind of, she came back off injury and did her thing that year. You know what I'm saying? So I think she'll have a good comeback story, man, and it's just going to make it greater for her when she returns, man.
Right.
Also, too, man, uh, I think a lot of people sleeping on Flau'jae, man. I really do think a lot of people sleeping on LSU. I watched First Take today, and everybody just got UConn, South Carolina going. I did a video. You guys check that out too about the people. I'm like, it should be a storyline, man. You still got other girls out there that you got. Like I said, you got Haley Van Litt who took TCU had their best record in a long time. So she doing her thing, and I don't know if they still in or not, but I gotta check. And then you got LSU too, and I gotta check both of them to see if both of them teams in because they
Yeah.
did play yesterday. So I don't even know if they still in or not. But I just think a lot of teams still sleeping on other teams, and everybody just think it's gonna be SC, which I do think SC has the easiest to the path. But there could be some super teams out there, man. Like I say, TCU, LSU, some other teams in there as well. So we got to be on the lookout and see how this thing closes out in the end when it comes to the ladies, man. But speaking of the men, though, man, and got my men bright. I'm gonna put up here, and so we always know St. John's. They didn't get it. They already out. These is my teams that I think that's gonna make it. I got Duke, UF. I think they're gonna make it the furthest, man. Kentucky, and Arizona, some other teams. You know what I'm saying? I think that could possibly sneak in there. But right now, my favorites is Duke and the University of Florida. When you watch Florida play, man, um, they play fast and they can shoot the three ball, man. These guys can shoot the three ball, and I just think that when you look at them, they just look like the more complete team, man. Like all around, when you look throughout the tournament, they just look just better and beyond. By when you look at all the other teams throughout the bracket, man. I say the only other team I think is Duke, man. And you watch Duke play, man. Look what they was able to do without Cooper Flag in the ACC tournament and just dominate, bro. I mean, this team is scary, and I think even if Cooper Flat wasn't even to play, this Duke team is deep. So I think those are the two best teams, and I think in the overall end, I got Florida winning, man. Honestly, bro, I got Florida winning, and I think they take it all the way. I think this is the year they win it back, man. I think they're the better team. I think they're the more experienced team. Duke team, I like what Duke is doing, but I just think something about this Florida team you watching, man. They got a never quit attitude. That UConn game was very intense. They was down at points in that game against the defending champs, whatever you want to call it. But they stuck in there, man, and they got it done, man. So those are two teams that I'm rocking with, man. You know what I'm saying? And,
So now we gotta hear all these Florida fans and all talk all this trash or whatnot.
man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's worth it, bro. Bro, I ain't gonna
And,
even cap, bro. Like when you watch Florida play, bro. Like watching them play, that boy Junior, I forget his name. I posted his highlight on my own page, man.
right,
Bro, he lights out. He lights out, man. They lights out, man. Defensively, man. They remind you of that damn 2012, that Florida team that won back to back. They kind of remind you
2006,
of that team, but just but
2006 and
a better,
2007.
yeah, but a better shooter. They shoot better.
Yeah.
That
And
team was a good
that
defensive
team was
team.
loaded. That team was loaded. I want to ask people like, is that team comparable to that? Because like I said, I've been on the road, so it's kind of like hard for me to watch anything or whatnot. Yeah, I want to ask about that. Like, is that team like comparable to that? And I guess you would like just answer that question or whatnot.
Well, I would say this, man. Watching both of those teams play, bro, I'm gonna say defensively they get after it just like that team. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Joakim Noah being the anchor of that defense, him and Al Horford and shit. I'm
right,
talking about, bro. Uh, they lock it down defensively.
right,
Now, when you watch them on the offensive side of the ball, I just think this Florida team plays way better on the offense. They got some shooters. Versus that
right,
team ain't really have no shooters. They had some solid scorers, but they ain't really have no shooters from the arc like that. Like they can
right.
go get butt getter. Maybe Corey Brewer, I want to say, but
But you know, it's so the game's so different right
but
now.
the
You
game.
get
So
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying. Yeah, so it's just like, but I do like that Florida team, man. When you watch it, man,
right,
I ain't gonna even lie. And I ain't no Florida fan, man. Diehard Florida State. But I gotta give credit where credit is due, man. That Florida team looked nice, man. And I think just and then overall though, bro, we was talking about this, man. And I gotta salute the SEC, bro. 14 teams in the tournament. Damn near that's a good almost a third of the tournament of teams. And
right,
then when you look at the Big Ten, they fill out probably I think they had about 6 to 8 teams in there too as well. And it just goes to show you, man, the power of these super conferences that's about to happen, man. It's more and more in your face. You're seeing it, and people don't even realizing it. But super conferences is gonna be a thing for real, man. Um, and I think the fate of conferences like the ACC, they got to tighten up.
like
The Big
crumbling
12,
everywhere, man.
the Big 12 right now, they good because they got Coach Prime. You know what I'm saying? They got must see TV. ACC, what you gonna do? The AACC, what you gonna do? Pac-12, what you gonna do, man? Because
Pac
right now,
12 over
man,
with.
the SEC and the Big Ten, they taking over collegiate sports right now. I hate to say it, bro. They are, dog.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's just the way of the business of the NCAA. It's so corrupt in cricket. And then those two conferences got the money to pay, big boosters, a lot of blue blood schools in there, a lot of traditions in those conferences. So I mean, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So, but any final thoughts, Greg? Man, you want to go into our arrivals and departures, or you got any other topics you
Man,
want to talk about, bro?
I'm going to be honest. I have no arrivals and no departures. Like I say, man, I've been so out of sync. Like I'm just catching back up on stuff, man. And Now that I have my own truck, I'm gonna start setting it back to sports radio, what I normally listen to.
Yeah.
And so like now, man, I'm talking about like I caught like maybe 2 games March Madness. You know what I'm saying? Like I might have caught like 3 basketball games. I caught the SEC tournament, the end part. I
Uh-huh.
caught 2 basketball games March Madness or whatnot. I've been pretty much missing a lot of stuff, man. Being on this road, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I say, man, cause I was in the training process, so now it's kind of like now I can get back to it now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up, man. And that's all we were saying with the fans, man, and our subscribers and people that really tune in to us and really fucking rock with us, man. Me and Greg, we've been trying to go through a little logistical thing, and now we about to really tune it up, really. And now that we got a schedule and things like that, man, we really gonna be
See,
able to really come with
see,
y'all on a consistent basis.
right. See, they notice I ain't got my background ground or nothing. You get what I'm saying? Like I usually I be at the house or whatnot with the setup. I'm doing it from my truck right now.
Yeah, man. But it's all good, man. We gonna get it right. We gonna continue to give y'all this dope, raw, real content, sports content, the best in YouTube. I feel like got to be
Right.
comforting yourself. And so, but yeah, man, we gonna get this thing back right, man. And I think we gonna set a time, and then we'll keep that posted on both our platforms so everybody know to tune in on the days that we do the podcast. We want to get a little bit more consistent for you guys, so you guys know what days. So y'all just ain't just popping on YouTube and just seeing us going. You know what I'm saying? Y'all kind of know for sure on the day that we gonna go. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, to be continued, man. We still working out the kinks, so y'all just bear with us, man. And probably like another maybe 2-3 weeks, so we'll have like a real consistent schedule for where you guys know when we going live and things like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, any final thoughts, Greg? Because I don't want to give my well, I give my arrivals and departures, man. My my departure, man, and it's unfortunate. Like I say, JuJu Watkins, her getting injured, out for the season. Also, caveat to that departure, man. Jayden Daniels' mama, man, you was doing some heavy cop blocking, man. I don't know if you seen that video, man.
I saw it. I saw it. I
You know what I'm
saw it.
saying?
Yeah, that
I
was
was
crazy.
like, dang, mom, your boy, he trying to get in, but I hear they might be cousins or something like that. I don't know, but if it ain't, then it is. It look the optics of it look real. Like damn, mom, you cop blocking like a mug. So
Right.
I'm gonna say Jayden Daniels' mom was my other departure. Arrivals, man. Orlando Magic last night beating the Lakers. I did not think they was gonna beat the Lakers last night. LeBron James came back. This was the second game back. Luca, man, them tickets was high as hell, man. I wanted to go to the game so bad, bro, man. I'm talking about nosebleed seats was like $150
Dog, 100. Damn.
for nosebleed seats, 150,
Right.
bro. And that's before taxes. You know what I'm saying? That's like go to like Seat Geeks and all the places like that. That's
Yeah.
before taxes. So I was gonna be like close to $200.
We gotta hit that next season, man. I know I ain't doing that this season right here because I'm still in grind mode. But next season, yeah, we gotta take it. Oh, and I want to catch him against the Lakers, man. But I
Yeah.
catch the team. But yeah, we gotta head down there, man.
Oh, we most definitely gotta catch it, man. Every dog since I've been living here in Central Florida, bro. Every Orlando Magic game, I catch all the other games, but every time they play the Lakers, they only play the Lakers one time a year here. It's either gonna
Right.
be at the beginning of the year or the end of the year. It'll never be in the middle. It's either the
Right.
beginning or the end. And this year they played them at the end of the year, and I still couldn't catch them. Like the previous 2 years, they played them in the beginning of the season, like November, October time frame, like the early part of the season. This
Right.
year they played them in the late part of the season, bro, and I still couldn't catch them.
Right.
So it is what it is, man. So we ain't gonna hold up nobody else time, man. I got Greg. We out on that road, man. He probably gonna shut it down here in a minute, and I gotta get ready for this trip I got going on this week, man. So, any final thoughts, Greg?
Nah, that's it.
With that, man, it's your boy Joe,
This your boy Greg.
and we out. Peace.
Yo.